Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Got Reincarnated as Minato. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to my boy Spidey X Arco for suggesting me this idea. He has been doing so for over the course of week or so. I'm sorry for the delay, but here it is. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to both of my channels. Yes, I am now regular on my second channel. If you haven't subscribed or visited the channel, open the description of this video, and yeah, there will be a link there with at this channel, at the rate of this channel, and in front of it will be written my second channel. Just click on it and you will be there on my second channel. Subscribe, watch videos, and enjoy. Now enough about this, and yeah, let's just begin with our today's story. Roll the intro. Our story begins in a barren field. As we see, only a lone figure was standing there, and surrounding it was nothing more than a barren land. No life source or sign was visible there, aside from him, as the figure was just standing still, as the adrenaline after the battle was finally getting out of his system, and he was coming back to his senses, relaxing. And then we see he slumped down to his knees, as tears were welling up in his eyes, and they suddenly began to fall down on the ground, wetting it, until a voice was heard. "You have done well, Naruto. You have done what you could the best. You have won." As now we see, the person known as Naruto looked behind with cold blue eyes, as the figure that said these words was none other than the Sage of the Sixth Path. "At what cost, Sage? I have been fighting this war against Madara for many years, and part by part he has won. He has taken everything. I might have won the battle against him, but he had no regrets dying now. And I have every regret, even if I have won, because there is no one here, no one I could have protected. No one alive. My friends, my comrades, all those people who fought, the civilians, none of them. It's all because of that damn idiot. Not even the Bijus are now. I know what happened. They gave you the last chakra, knowing that they will sacrifice their life to stop him, because that is what your goal was. If he wasn't stopped, the next battle what? Who was there left to fight if I have died?" As the sage became quiet, after realizing what Naruto has said, "I am the last lone survivor of my race. There is no one left alive. And these powers," he said, looking at both of his palms where his sun and the moon seal was, "it means nothing. These dojutsus, this chakra, these Genkais, they all mean nothing to me now, because there is no one to protect. Even if I have won this battle with him, I have lost. I couldn't protect a single soul. Some child of prophecy am I. You know, Naruto, that might be what you think, but in my eyes you have won. And the cost that you paid, as you said, it is no little cost. And that is why I was here to tell you that there is a way for you to go back and change all of this." What do you mean? As Naruto's cold eyes then were now again shining with hope once more after hearing this. "Well, it is an untested, jutsu. But yes, you can be sent back to time. I have been creating this since, I was close to death. And even in the afterlife, I have never tested this. Why? Because I never needed to. Not until today. I requested this to Kamiyami and Shinigami, and they too agree that even if you have won against the threat, well, there's nothing pretty much to celebrate. You are the lone survivor, and the souls in themselves were erased. So yes, in a sense that we need to work again from the scratch, Naruto. Are you up for it?" Naruto, knowing that he has lost everyone once and has become this powerful, he was ready for it. "I am ready. But there is another thing that you must know. Everything you have learned, everything that you own right now, Kekkei, Dojutsus, they will all remain intact to you. What? Yes. And there is another reason I must tell you before I use this jutsu. What? Well, it's more of a, I don't know how to say this, but yes, I'll just explain this to you. The thing is that since I never tested the jutsu, I don't know how far it will take you. Like when I was born or something? Maybe. Or maybe when, you're not even born yet. Now, how in the hell does that work? That is why I don't know. But the thing is that it will take you back in time. Your time. Are you up for it? Yes. I am. I don't care. Besides, there's no one here left for me to wait upon, so yeah, might as well just do this. I got nothing to lose. Alright, son. As we see the sage preparing the hand seals, and with a single clap of his hands, he opened the time-space vortex, and Naruto was sucked into it. As it closed, now may he find peace in his new life. Well, Kami-sama, I was able to do what you told me to. The rest is up to him and you. As now we see, Naruto opened his eyes up, as he was laying in an apartment that was quite different and yet old. He could barely remember his old apartment, so he thought that it was the same one. Can't believe this is my apartment. My old apartment. So I really am back. As something was odd about this apartment. There was no toaster or fridge. What the hell? What is going on here? As he went into the washroom where the mirror was, to see that he was back, but not as himself. What the fuck? I turned into my own dad? Yelled out Naruto out loud, as Naruto was seeing a person similar to him when they were younger. His father. As Naruto was shocked. As now we see him currently sitting on his bed. How did this happen? This wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to go back to my old self. Wait. If I'm back here, then that means that I have a chance to prevent the Kyuubi attack. And maybe befriend Kurama as well. And yes, stop Obito before he's betrayed. I can change that. There's nothing I can do now. Might as well change some past. And that is when, out of nowhere, he heard a voice from within. What do you mean, kid? Kurama? Yes. Since the seal was intact and you went back in time, not in yours, but way back, I was still able to, revive myself. It has been many years in the past, so I was here. You mean, yes, I am the current Kurama, the one that you had in the future. But my past self does exist here, so it would be better if I don't come in contact with that. But how is Dad gonna meet Mom then? That is really interesting. You know what, kid? Maybe you should. Maybe we should tell the other Kyuubi that it needs to be kept quiet. You're right, Kurama. You know what? I'm just happy that someone is here with me, and I'm not alone on this ride. Well, you betcha. I don't know how I was able to do this, but a part of my soul and chakra was still intact in the seal, but was dormant. But when you came back in time, it, regrew and regenerated thanks to the time-space effect. I see. Well, I'm glad that you're here now. And that is when their conversation was cut, as there was a banging on the door. Minato-kun, open up, said a voice. Could it be? If I knew it any better, I would have said otherwise. That is indeed Kushina. Oh shit, what should we do? What do you mean? Are you not gonna open it? I mean, you are basically your father now. Yeah, that is creepy, but you are saying correct. I am gonna open it, but still. What am I gonna do? I mean, what if the other Kyuubi senses you? So be it. I mean, not like I had good relation with your mother, remember? Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Just go, idiot. Geez, fine. As now we see Minato or Naruto getting up and opening the door. Geez, what took you so long? Oh, hey, Kushi-chan. Asked Kushina blushed after hearing the nickname. Oh crap, did I say something wrong? Well, no. Well, you see, I was, changing my clothes, that's all. Oh, I see, said Kushina as she was blushing, as now we see She was seated in his dining room as Naruto, having the memories of his father, cooked something for them. I was having about to have breakfast, so I thought you might have some as well. Oh, thanks. I was here since, what happened last night and you rescued me and all. I thought maybe we should, go to school together and all. Oh, you mean the academy? Yes, yes, how silly of me. Still can't get over that. I was, usually going to school in the Uchiha until I came here. She said as she got sad. I'm sorry, Kushina-chan. I I know what happened to your home, but you have a home here and a lot of friends and those who trust you and will support you in any and all, situations, said Minato, comforting her as Kushina blushed even more and looked down as she was hiding her blush. Well, thanks, Minato-kun. Ah, man, this is so creepy. I mean, I literally am my father and I can still feel his emotions towards my mother. How in the hell does that work? I don't know. Maybe you switched the souls of your father, but his emotions, memories are still intact. Which can be good. I mean, your memories are here. Meaning, he trained and conditioned his body. Much more advanced, even at the academy level. Much more better than you. Jeez. Way to go, Kurama. Well, you're right about that. So, let's begin. Mission let's not fuck up this time. What do you say, buddy? Yep. Let's just begin about that, Naruto. As Naruto and Kurama were brought out of their stupor, as Kushina suddenly passed out and her eyes opened again, but they were red this time. You're not that brat. You're different. And why do you have my chakra signature all over you? Kurama, I can tell you this. How do you know my name? Oh shit, Kurama, can you help me out? Fine, switch with me. As Naruto switched with Kurama, as Kyuubi was shocked at the same time, quite confused to see its own self. Well, past me, shocked to see me, but how is this possible? You're not supposed to be here. So this is a soul regression or something that this human did? No. Well, yes, but our father did that. Father? Why would he do this? We won the war against Madara. He revived the Ten Tails and, let's just say, humanity and us joined forces to stop him. He basically became the next sage of the Six Bed. What? How did he? Reviving the Ten Tails in the weakened form. Our siblings, well, they were trapped. Half of our chakra was sealed inside Kushina and this man's, child, Naruto. Quite annoying at the beginning, but later on he becomes someone who we can rely on. And the war was continuing and raging on for many years. In the end, one by one, part by part, the Shinobi Alliance and forces diminished, reducing to only one. And in the end, our siblings sacrificed their souls, to send us back to reality after he threw us in another dimension with a powerful attack that we landed on Madara, killing him altogether with the Ten Tails. So you mean everyone is... Yes. And father told us that we have to start from scratch. He told us this was an untested seal and jutsu. And knowing Naruto, he was ready to take any consequences because at the time he thought I too have died. But a chunk of my soul and chakra was still intact. Due to the time travel effect, I was able to regrew and regenerate myself at blinding speeds. I see. So what must we do? First of all, there are a lot of things. And second of all, do not reveal ourselves to this girl, Kushina. I wouldn't talk to her, you know that, right? Yeah, not the best experience, but her child is someone you can rely upon. Don't make any suggestions for me. You may be my future self, but I must judge him myself. You have every right to, but I am saying what I am saying because of experience. He is a bit of hot-headed at first, but as soon as he matures, he will be on your side, and you will be on his. Like we are now. Naruto, huh? Yes. As now we see Naruto switching places with Kurama. So yeah, I believe Kurama explained everything to you. Ugh, can't believe human knew my name. Well, you kind of told me yourself, and plus I was able to see your memories of the past. Interesting. And look, I have these. The sun and the moon seal. Once possessed by my father and his brother. Then to his, well, children and my brothers, Indra and Asura, I know. So their battle still continues? I was Asura's reincarnate, and my friend was Indra's. In his dying breaths, he gave up his powers and Sharingan and Rinnegan to me. You have those? Yes. Not only those, since I have now both Indra and Asura's chakra, I was able to awake the dormant Otsutsuki gene, which later on was developing into the Moketan Kekkei and every other Kekkei possible, known to the Otsutsuki clan or originated from them. Impressive indeed. So you are like what? The strongest shinobi then? Not the strongest. I'm the weakest maybe. How so? If I remember correctly, my other have said that you defeated the Ten Tails, the Jubi itself, which is quite a feat. At what cost? Your siblings. And you, I thought I lost you and as well. All of them are gone. There is no one alive. The world is barren and I alone stood there, complete in silence, completely terrified. So I'm pretty much weak, if I'm anything else. Well, you have my word. I won't say a thing, but what are you gonna do? I must know. Well, there are a lot of things. As this sat down there and just discussed the stuff for a whole day. And in the evening, we see QB was intrigued. Well, Naruto, I must say that these are a lot of things that you need to correct. And I am going to be your ally now as well. If you need help, just yell out Kurama and I will be there. I see. Thanks, Kurama. Glad to know, kid, that the future is in safe hands, even if it is at high cost, said the Biju with a smirk on his face before leaving. As Kushina then stirred awake. Oh no, you met him, didn't you? You mean, yes, Kyubi. Well, I'm not afraid. I mean, it just wanted to know what my motives were, so yeah, it was quite, if anything, worried about you. Really? Yeah, you should treat it, with more care. And I think it's a sentient being, not some bloodthirsty monster that we think about. Really? Yes, try talking to it. Maybe you will come to a decision or conclusion. Yeah, I will. As after that day, Kushina went home, and a week later, we see Kushina, who was out of it, finally came to a realization, as Tazumi, who was trying her best to cheer her up. Oh, come on, Kushi-chan, cheer up. What did that blonde idiot do to you? Nothing. Nothing at all. As Mikoto then said, coming towards Naruto. Or Minato, what did you do, Namikaze? My friend is out of it, and I believe you are the reason behind it. As Fugaku, who was now acting weird, then said, Mikoto-chan, silence. Yes, ma'am. As Fugaku sat down. Damn, who knew Sasuke's father was such a simp? Uchihas are like this, in front of the girls they love. It is only that they keep an act in front of the others when they grow up. Jeez. So, what is it? Oh, nothing. I just tell her that how beautiful she is, as that is when we see steam coming out from the other side of corner. As Tazumi then said, oh my god, Kushina has a crush, and it's on the blonde, girly boy over there. Hey, I'm not that girly. I mean, I know I have a lack of physiques, but still. Whatever you say, girly boy. And after that, we see that was Minato's title until he became the Rookie of the Year, and then gone on to become the apprentice of the Toad Sage. Everything was going great, as now we see Jonin Namikaze, before the third grade Shinobi War, standing in the Hokage office with Hiruzen Sarutobi. As there, he was present alongside many of his peers to become the sensei of the new team, and he was given the Team 7. And who are you going to choose, Minato Namikaze? Hokage-sama, with all due respect, I would love to have Rin Nohara, as well as Obito Uchiha and Kakashi Hatake on my team. Ah, I see. Son of the White Fang. And an Uchiha. An orphan one, I see. And from Nohara clan, Rin. Although a civilian, but still, she has been quite a good Konoichi throughout the whole academic session of hers. Yes, I see. Well, Kushina, what about you? Oh, I'll take uh, Yugao, and as she took two other Ganins who are going to become very important in the future. As now we see Team 7's training began, as Minato or Naruto was feeling nostalgic as he arrived at the training ground 7. If anything was the same as he could remember from now on and felt nostalgic about, was this field where he was currently waiting. The statue they usually sat upon, well, it was still standing there with a lot of cracks in it, being used previously as a test dummy before it broke. A lot of memories here, huh? But now my life is different. I won't let that happen. I must find Zetsu as well. That bastard hasn't appeared anywhere near. The third grade shinobi war is right around the corner as well. I have to act carefully. You don't have to worry about anything, Naruto. Everything will work out fine. I know, but I'm just worried about the second grade shinobi war. How do I stop Eva from hating me? I mean my father in this timeline. I have an idea. Just use the Harishin, but instead of killing them, render them paralyzed. And paralyzing them and keeping them alive would be easy. And the toxin will wear off within 2 days, meaning there will be more than enough time for them to retreat back. You know what? That is an interesting idea. I might need to get some hands on some poisonous herbs that specialize in paralyzing. And that is when we see the Genins arrive there. Well, Sensei, you have been talking to yourself. Are you okay? Oh, hello. Nice to meet you all. My name is Minato no Mikaze, and you all are... Please introduce yourself. As one by one they did so, and Naruto then began their test. The same test that Kakashi gave them. And let's just say they did best, but not the best. Well, you know what? You did your best, but you still failed because you did not learn the important lesson. And what lesson would that be, Sensei? Teamwork. You see, in the history of the Shinobi Nations, three-man cell is always the best and has worked perfectly because they work as a team and they can rely on one another, even in difficult situations. And you leaving a comrade behind means that you're not fit to be in that type of team and henceforth not fit to be a shinobi as well. But even if you got the bell, you were not ready to sacrifice yourself for the other. In the shinobi world, always remember, completing a mission is not all. Those who, abandon the mission are considered trash, but those who abandoned their comrades are worse than trash. Keep this to heart. What about those, said Kakashi, who abandoned their mission to save their comrades? What about them? They are heroes who are misunderstood. People might hate them, some of them at least, but most of them have utmost respect for them. Think about the families they have saved. And we as shinobis and people have one thing that needs to go away, and that is our, hatred towards those who do the good deed instead of the advantageous thing. As with that, Minato turned and began to leave. This will help him out, as Kakashi's eyes were widened, and that is the day he realized the importance of his father and what he did. His father did not have to die with shame or commit suicide. It was all because of them, those who hated him. But there were many who respected him, and one such was his sensei. And he was gonna live up to now his father and his sensei's code. And the two other, they were influenced by it as well. As time began to pass and the Team 7 did many missions together, and finally the day came when the war officially was announced. Iwa, Kumo were joining in on the band. Kiri was neutral. As for Suna, they allied with Konoha. And now we see Minato was sent out in the front lines as he sent out a clone which in general was being controlled by, Kurama. And Naruto was dealing with the Eva forces at the same time. But this time around, Naruto was just paralyzing them and warned anyone to not engage, as now everyone was dropped dead. And now we see Naruto, then after everyone retreated back, made many clones and picked them up. as one of them who wasn't paralyzed enough then said, "Why are you helping us out, Namikaze? You can get in trouble. I paralyzed you for a reason. Why are we even fighting for? Some pride? I could have killed you all easily, but I didn't. You wanna know why? Because I have compassion. Because I can let go of my hatred. I can let go of my arrogance and pride just to make a difference. Can you? It is up to you now." As after that we see the woman closed her eyes, and at the front gates of Eva, more than 10,000 of shinobis were lined up, as 10,000 clones then poofed away after all of them arrived there. As now we see, Naruto switched places with his team and dealt with Kiri Shinobi and saved Obito from getting crushed, as well as Kakashi. And now we see the whole Team 7 was alive and well. But the only difference was this time around Kakashi did not have any Sharingan. So, this was going to be a major change. I hope everything works out well. Well, everything will be, Naruto. Obito still has his eyes intact and his mind. As now we see, the third Great Shinobi War was announced to be ended within only a few weeks because of Minato Namikaze, the war hero, who was able to neutralize more than 10,000 shinobis of Eva instead of kill them this time around. And Eva, for once, apologized. Even Oniki did, because the woman that Naruto said these words to were none other than the daughter of Oniki, who was pregnant at the time and even against his wishes went into war. And luckily enough, the toxin was not so dangerous to harm the fetus, meaning that the future granddaughter was still going to be born. But right after the war, we see Minato and Kushina. Kushina becoming more advanced, gaining more advances towards Naruto. And Naruto, being Naruto, was quite cringed about it, but in the end, he agreed that he must do this. So he couldn't deny his father's feeling, which now were becoming his own. So he went ahead with it and tied the knot. And now we see it was October 10th, 9 months later, after becoming the 4th Hokage. He was on the outskirts of Konoha, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't, active. Why are you feeling, paranoid, Naruto? Obito is home. He is fine. Even if he is, I believe that Madara or Zetsu might try something, and I don't want that to happen. And that is when he heard cries. As he dashed inside to see that instead of only one child, which was him, two were born. Two? But I thought, I hid that. I was going to have twins. I see. What should we name them? Well, Naruto, I believe. Yeah, I do think so. That was going to be the name of the boy. What about the girl? I never thought about that, Kushina. How about Mito? Mito? Kushina said, "Yeah, Mito. That's a beautiful name." "Yeah, that is." And that is when Naruto's senses kicked in as a huge golden hand extended from his back, grabbing a figure in the shadows. As Naruto turned in an instant, disappeared in a yellow flash with a Rasengan in his hand. As two clones appeared on Kushina's side. "We must get out of here now, Kushina. Everyone, get out of here." As everyone was able to evacuate, as Anbus were alerted and the alarms were blared, and in a mere instant, the whole Shinobi forces were there. And waiting outside for Naruto or Minato was none other than Zetsu's army. What the hell? What is going on here? And an old man that was standing there. "You know, Minato Namikaze, you ruined my plans, and I'm getting fed up with that. I'm still too old for this, but I must do what I must do. And you know what they say, when you can't get the job done by other hands, you must do it yourself. And that is what I'm gonna do now. Madara Uchiha, I can't believe it. You're still alive?" "Yes, I am." As now we see, the shinobi forces were shocked to see Madara. "Do not be threatened. I will deal with him. You will deal with all of the forces. I guess it is time to show them the truth, old friend." "Let's go, Naruto." As now we see, Naruto then made a shadow clone, which blared into a KCM2 avatar state. And as for another clone that was there, he turned into a full outgrown, Susanoo. And finally, Naruto himself stood upon a huge Buddha statue. Impossible. As the trio combined, devastating attack destroyed the whole Zetsu army alongside Madara. As now we see Naruto, who used this attack for the first time, his chakra instantly dropped from max to the lowest, as he was now standing on only limpingly as he grabbed his arm, which was injured because of excessive release of chakra. Damn it. As the whole shinobis from Konoha were shocked, they did not knew that Kage had these cards up his sleeve. Mokitan, Susanoo, how is this possible? As now we see, Madara being injured escaped through a vortex, and so did many others. And that is when Team 7 arrived. Sensei, is everything fine? Yes, everything is. As everyone gasped, seeing Minato's eyes. What? You have the Rinnegan, Minato. I do. What? You knew? I will tell you all. But I must have rest some now. As Minato then fainted, and everyone was now on high alert, mainly Kushina because, well, of what happened, and not only that, how Minato used all this power and was exhausted. And finally we see Minato waking up and Kushina sitting there alongside many others, as well as elders. Minato, you have a lot to answer. We have checked your DNA, and the report came in. You possess each and every Kekkei dojutsu known to humankind, and 2 marks on your hands, the sun and the moon, indicating the seals of the Uchiha and the Senjus. How do you have them? What are you? I am the next sage of the 6th path. I was given this power when I was at the age of 8. The sage visited me in my dreams and gave me his son, the Kyuubi no Yoko. What? Yes. Meaning there are 2 Kyuubis? Yes. And Kushina still has her own. But so do I. As a blessing from the sage. I see. Now it all makes sense. You not only possess the Uchiha, but the Yugas, and every other dojutsu. Yes, every other that is known right now. There are still some that I have not unlocked or tapped into, but I can use them if I need to once awoken. And what about the Kyuubi? It's a gift as a companion from the sage. It won't be harmful or hurtful towards anyone, since it is my ally, meaning our ally. That really was Madara, wasn't he? Said Hiruzen, changing the subject, after letting the information sink in. Yes, that was Madara. The Kyuubi was then able to identify its chakra, because the previous attack that happened, the first Kyuubi attack, it was because of the Kyuubi was influenced by Madara and its Sharingan. I see. But what were those things? They turn into trees. Those were Zetsus. They had Hashirama Senju's DNA within them, and Madara's as well. Damn it. So he was able to get hands on Hashirama Senju's DNA, defiling his grave like that. I can't believe this. And that is when we see the trio of sage arrive there. We heard what happened. Madara was back. Is that true? Says Tsunade. Tsunade-sama, you're back. I had to, after finding out that my precious grandfather's, well, best friend was alive who betrayed us. It cannot be good. I must remain here until it is proven that he's dead. I think he was able to escape with injuries. Damn it, that means he's still alive out there. I think it is time for a Kage summit, Minato. This information must be revealed to everyone else. No, Hiruzen, are you insane? Danzo, Hiruzen-sama is right. Wanna know why? Elaborate. Well, if we have more eyes, and everyone is in on this, they will be not only able to help us, but we may be able to form alliances with them. And long-term relationships as well. Political as well as that of friendship. Just as like Suna. And how will this benefit us? No more wars. No more younger generation being sent out there, like our students had to fight. As Danzo remained quiet after that, because what Minato has said was correct, ethically and morally. Fine. I will go and send in the letters, said Hiruzen. I will go and call for the council. You must tell them about this decision and what you are. No, the council doesn't need to know. Why? This is my personal secret, and I would like to keep it that way. I only revealed all this to you because I trust you enough to keep this a secret. What about the clan heads? Well, they are my friends, and they are bound to know, and I'm bound to tell them. But the civilians, they have no right to interfere in the shinobi matters. And henceforth, this is a shinobi and clan matter. I will take it to heart and think that you would have betrayed my trust or breached my trust if you tell them this. Fair enough. It won't be revealed. And after that, we see Minato's friends visited them, and so did Kushina's. And let's just say Mikoto and Tazumi weren't happy that Minato went and made their friend Abiro, just like that. And in the end, everything worked out. Naruto was just quite weirded out that he was now the father of his own self and his sister, which didn't existed. Well, I'm happy that this time around there too. And that is when we see Kushina coming out of the kitchen, holding on to Mito, as she was resting. Oi, Kaki. Kurama? Yes. You know, it's quite weird that you turned into my wife. Yes, I know, but still I wanted to ask you a question. What is it? You and my future self, you never told me about a girl. How is that possible? Well, there was no girl. The past changed. You changed the past. That is why I was here. Because the Kami, Yami, and Shinigami and your father allowed this. And if this is for the good, if we're headed towards the right direction, then so be it. Alright. So all that is left is to stop, Orochimaru from betraying, which he is going to do tonight, I believe. What night is it? October 12th. 1 or 2 days right after Naruto was born. Remember? He betrayed the village. Well, I was able to stop him this far, but I believe he betrayed right around the time when my father became the Kage. So if he hasn't until now, he must be doing something, and I must find his lab. And since Danzo didn't find it, I think it is time for me to do so. As Minato disappeared and arrived there instead of going to his Kage office, as Kushina went back to normal state. As now we see Orochimaru approach him from the shadows. Minato no Mikaze, or should I say Hokage-sama. What are you doing in my humble abode? Drop it, Orochimaru. I have known what you are doing here, unethical experiments. Oh, and? I am going to allow you to experiment, but I have a condition. And what might that be? Said Orochimaru, now interested into this. First of all, you must get permission from me, and you will conduct experiments only on those who are degenerates. I can live with that. But you know, if the experiment becomes successful, then the degenerates will be powerful. I know you will not let them escape, I presume. No, but still. How about that then? You test this on your clones. Clones? How is that possible? Blood clones. As Orochimaru's eyes widened. Blood clones. I know what you are doing these tests for. Immortality. How do you... I guessed, and it seems I was right. To simply put your answer, make a blood clone, and then transfer your chakra and soul into that. You can even kill your older body. In this way, you will be able to live in your youthful body for as long as you can. I see. You just solved my problems. Now I can learn each and every jutsu. How about you create your own jutsus? Because you have a lot of free time. If you want to experiment, why do this? Then why not do that? You know what, Minato? I must admit that you are right. My approach might have been wrong, but you have proven me that I can still do better. And here I was, drowning down the drain. Thank you, Minato. Or should I say now, Hokage-sama. You can say whatever you want. And yeah, I believe that you still have good in you, Orochimaru, like your sensei does. Do you think so? Why? You don't believe him anymore? I mean, he has been secretive and choosing other people over me. That is because you have been cold and distant, even if he tried to get close to you. And in the end, you force him out of your life, not the other way around. I see. So that is how it is. Yes, but you can still change that. I will try my best, and thank you, Minato. Now what are we gonna do about Madara? He is still out there. If he approaches you, you know what to do, right? To be honest, he did, and I kind of declined. I am not interested in world domination now. He was not pleased. I see. You're not the only one he's gonna approach you now. Yes, there were some people that he is gonna approach soon, and I find it quite pathetic, to be honest. His choices. Young people from different villages who are bound to fail and are hot-headed. That is what it is. I'm gonna call for a Kage summit soon, and there is gonna be a huge security and tight lockdown. So I propose you move your lab into the village instead of outskirts, if you don't want any other trouble. Will do, Hokage-sama, said Orochimaru with a smile, as now we see Naruto or Minato disappeared in a yellow flash. 2 weeks later, Orochimaru was back and now experimenting openly, but this time around with jutsus, and he was surprised when he had many apprentices now who was helping him out, and he was shocked that there were many talented people who were helping him out in the journey of creating and making and testing out new jutsus, from all the way to triple S rank to a simple B rank that even civilians could use. And now we go towards the Council of the Kages, aka the Kage Summit, in the land of, well, Iron. As there all Kages were gathered, Minato Namikaze, the newly instated Kumo's Raikage, and Yagura from Kiri, and Rasa, who was also instated at the same time around as Minato from Suna, and Oniki. What do you want, Minato? Said Oniki in a calm tone. Greetings, all of you. I'm here to tell you because something about what happened a few days ago on October 10th, previous month. Yes, there was a huge chakra burst out in the outskirts of your village. The thing is that Madara Uchiha is alive. As everyone's eyes widened. What? Yes. Me and my people had to run in with him. His blood, well, it was mashed out, and turns out it is him. Sonata Senju herself did so. And not only that, he has gotten his hands on Hashirama Senju cells, which he used to create an army of Zetsus, I believe. A creature mixed with his own blood and Hashirama-sama's, to make a soldier who's a nuke, a walking nuke who can destroy other soldiers. And his chakra is boundless, and he has millions of them. I and my soldiers were able to take them on since they are quite weak this time around. But if he gets enough chance and time to, well, strengthen it, there will be consequences. This is certainly a disturbing matter that we need to take into look closely. And I need your help, because if we all tighten our securities and look deeply into it, there might be a choice and chance we might find it. What is his motive? Same, the Bijus. Bijus? How so? He asked me to hand over the Jinchuriki, which happens to be my wife. And he will leave peacefully. And now obviously I wasn't going to do that. You know all why, right? Yes. But why is he after the Bijus? I read a book, a manuscript of old times. It says that there used to exist a 10 tails, and one those who possess the Rinnegan, which Madara does. If they become a Jinchuriki, they will be the next sage. The next sage? No, we cannot allow that power to exist. If Sage has distributed the Jinchurikis and its powers, and the Bijus, then there is a reason for it. Yes. There is a reason, Oniki. Then this needs to stop. We are all gonna tighten our security. An alliance will be formed now. Putting aside our hatred and all those pride and vendetta, as a young man said, Oniki said with a smile, as everyone did what he said. As now we see, within few months, not so long after, Madara was tracked down, and those who were interested in his, well, world were so on, and those who could be saved were still saved, and Madara was put to an end, and this time around he did not have a choice to win, and Naruto has won. Within few years of his being Kage, he, alongside the rest of the Elemental Nation, won, and everyone was saved, even his own self, from the future burdens. Everything is done now, Kurama. What should we do? Enjoy the life, kid. Look around you. You have a wife. You have kids. claiming that one of them is your own self, but still, you must raise them and be a kind leader. Plus, you're a Kage, which you always bragged about you wanted to be. And now you have to, well, do the duties. Seriously. Now I get it why old man was so pleased to pass this seat down to his, well, youngling. Oh well, I'm gonna pass this down to Kakashi soon anyway. Really? Yep. Kakashi is a better Kage than me in the future, so... Oh well. But I guess Obito wouldn't be a bad choice as well. And the Uchihas might be happy with this gesture. And lo and behold, after 5 years of regime, Minato retired and passed on the seat to Obito Uchiha because Naruto was, well, tired of the paperwork. And Obito and Rin finally got together. And as for Kakashi, my boy got, well, none other than Anko this time around, who was only 1 year younger than him. And as for Naruto and Mito, they were growing up healthily and fine, and were now even Genins. And same as before, under Team 7, under Kakashi's. And Rin became assistant of Obito, and both of them were now inseparable, even in the office. One time even Naruto walked in on his own students, finding them to have sex on the office, and that was quite weird. But anyways, everyone was at peace and were enjoying life in general. The peace that Naruto sacrificed everything to have. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my second channel as well. As I mentioned, it will be in the description of this video, and there will be my second channel, and in front of it there will be @ I don't know what my tag is, but clicking on the tag will take you directly to my channel in which you can subscribe and watch videos on. Anyways, this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!